Hi guys, it's me George. So you probably might have seen my post that I've done on YouTube. I've done a post on Facebook. I've done a post on Instagram, on my normal Instagram account, and also on my George Hares Tarot Readers account. But I am pleased to announce, in case anybody hasn't seen it and isn't on these social media platforms, I'm pleased to announce that I actually have an upcoming book coming out. So yeah, it's been a bit of an uphill, but the book my upcoming book is called Barbarous Words, a compendium of conjurations, folk magic, and other popish charms. Barbarous Words, a compendium of conjurations, British folk magic, and other popish charms. Sorry about that. And the book basically will be aimed at making older forms of folk magic and in the modern context, in the modern practice, and applying older pieces of law and folk magic to the contemporary. It's basically making folk magic fit to you around the modern world and making it suit. Without going too much into it, but so many times we have these old charms and old spells, and some of them aren't necessarily that relevant anymore. For instance, there are old charms to to churn butter, things like that, things that we don't really normally need anymore. But I'm not going to go too much into it, but the book itself will be aimed at creating folk magic in the modern world and applying it in the modern world, and basically demonstrating and giving some techniques as of how to do that, so that modern folk magical practitioners have something for this to apply it to. On top of that, it will also hold some spells and some charms and pieces of lore in it that is perhaps considered a little different, that may be some pieces of spells, charms that other people haven't necessarily heard of. And that may be sourced through grimoires, through lore, through oral lore. So yeah, I'm super excited, by the way. So it's been a long time coming. It's been an absolute struggle, and I will actually do a book. I will actually do a video more on the creation of my book and some experiences on the creation of my book, because Kellyanne Maddox actually done a video like that, and I loved watching it. It actually kind of inspired me to kind of spur me along and keep me going. So Kellyanne, if you're watching this, hey. But yeah, so it was something that really inspired me, and it was something that actually helped me carry on my practice. So a couple of things. So I've had a couple of questions, common questions. So first and foremost, special pre-orders are not, unfortunately, going to be a thing that's going to be happening. My book will be published via Amazon, so I am not going to do any form or version of special pre-orders. The book is near enough done, and I wasn't going to announce the book unless it was near enough done or done. So the book is very nearly done. It's literally just tweaking and applying a couple more things, and that's it. But I want to be able to have this released. It's going to be ready for order on the 31st of October, which is a Sunday, Samhain or Halloween. So yeah, I want to have it done by then, and I've not much left to do, but what I want to put in is I really want to put my intention and all my focus into the book. And I just feel that if I was to do pre-orders, I don't necessarily think that it's going to be something that's actually going to benefit my book in terms of the amount of energy, effort, and input that I'll be able to put in it, rather than also, pre-ordering. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know that first and foremost. It's not something I will be doing, unfortunately. I've also had a thing about signed copies, and the same kind of applies. I'm not doing any signed copies as of yet. That's not me kind of making any promises or not making any promises, but I really just want to kind of focus on the residual part that's left on my book just now, because I think that's really important, and it's super important. That doesn't necessarily mean that, if I go to future events, such as the Nameless Art Conference I went a couple of years ago, or any folk magical conferences, I won't announce it. And if people want to come and bring a book along for me to sign, I am more than happy to do that. Absolutely happy to do that. So it's not an issue. It's not a thing where I'm like, oh, can't sign the book. Like it's not going to be anything like that. I'd love to do that. But as of now, I am just focusing on that. Because my book is via Amazon, the book will be available worldwide, and there's not going to be an issue. It's not only going to be a UK book or only a UK and other countries in Europe book. It's not going to be that at all. It's going to be a worldwide available book. I just kind of want to let you guys know that is coming out, and that is going to be a thing on the 31st of October, which is Halloween. So I hope this video helps, and I hope it perhaps clears up some questions that you guys might have. There is another question about my name as well, because if some of you have me on Facebook, I have a different second name. And some people are like, why are you changing your name? My name has been that name on YouTube for years now. So it seems unfitting for me to not go by that name. Also, the fact that that name is actually a family name from my nan's side. So it's a way of me to also honour my nan. My surname isn't something I'm ashamed of or embarrassed about. I'm actually very proud of it. But it's just, George Hares has become a name that I'm known by in the witchy community. So it's nothing to do with embarrassment for my second name or anything like that. I've had a couple of people ask about my second name as well, like why the name change? And I'm like, well, this is why, because for years on YouTube, I've been George Hares. And also it's a way to honour my nan through writing my book. So yeah. Over and out, guys, and peace.